Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn a little bell on the side so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now, happy Easter everybody, 2022. Obviously we have passed 3 months, very exciting and also very, awkward year. We got war happening and we got pandemic which is almost about to be finished, but still the health concerns still out there worldwide, so make sure you keep healthy and keep yourself safe. Now, today's video, as you have read the title, it's about the complex cases that I wanted to share with you. Let me just brief on the student background. The international student that traveled to Australia to study in a way he's actually a higher education degree and looking forward to potentially change a career pathway. So was looking forward to perhaps become a chef or some sort, or in some other type of diploma program, but obviously went through a lot of difficulty, went through pandemic, and actually faces the closure of his original enrolled college, and went through some medical condition because he was so stressed and getting those mental issues, and received a letter of from immigration because of his medical check did not go through. However, early this year, we have actually helped this client obtain his visa. So it went through actually 2 years, starting from 2022. And how we have actually done it, I'll share with you. Now, first of all, let's have a look at this original visa. Now, he was approached by other agency, not from us originally. So let's have a look. His visa was back in 2020, August 21st, 2020. So he lodged his first visa. I think it was originally starting to in a Queensland TAFE, and with a program that he was looking to achieve. Now, this guy was a genuine student, not picking up some courses just for the sake of getting visa and perhaps migrate. Obviously, migrate is one of the options there. So what had happened over that year, 2020 and 21, he actually academically performed quite well and finished the course before the actual ending date. So he actually done like summer course and things like that, so actually get things done earlier than expected. And furthermore, he was then approached by another agent. Now, a lot of people will want to know which agency was that. it's client's privacy, so I will not disclose that. And was further advised to actually enroll into another visa, another student visa, in a way to actually extend a visa to stay in Australia to actually work. Now, a lot of agents out there is actually doing this kind of thing. It's I cannot say it's illegal, it's legit, but the intention is not quite there. So what had happened was, this is in 2021 January, so January last year. What had happened was that obviously during COVID, a lot of these colleges cannot sustain financially and closed down, or perhaps not the entire college closed down, but the program that they enroll, because no international student can enter. Now, bear in mind, this student is actually unsure. Now, he does not require to leave and enter. He's already in Australia, but his classmate already they already enrolled was offshore, so they all, because COVID, they all applied for refund, so they did not come. So ultimately, the college had decided to shut down and close down that program. So he could not really do anything with it. So he cannot go into the class, and obviously he lost the visa and looks like empty. So he was requested by immigration officer checking out what he actually doing. Well, he wasn't too sure. So then about student visa, you're required to go through medical checks. So what had happened was he was so stressed out. And while he was conducting medical check, there was, well, obviously, if you're stressed out, there was something not quite meeting the medical requirement. So he got this. So let me magnify. Probably what we do is we go into the actual letter here. So he was actually being requested down right here for the medical officer of the Commonwealth that he did not meet the health requirement. Wow. I mean, this is a young man. He had nothing wrong with his health condition. But seeing this is getting him more stressed out. Now, ultimately, he was further referred to us from his friend in the church. And a friend's friend was somehow, years ago, was our client. So I took a look at how the actual scenario circumstances is actually quite complex. So we actually did a very complex submission, getting him to actually reattend a medical checks to confirm that he's fine. He's a fine young man. He was just too stressed out. No one had actually expected a pandemic because it only comes once in 100 years from our history, from the history that we know. Okay, and obviously knowing that he was half enrolled and the school's courses has closed down. So what can he do? He was helpless. He was really helpless. So we got all these detail explained, and furthermore, after we submitted all that, it took about almost half a year because it's so complex. I don't think any immigration officer today sitting in the department will have any experiences like this, obviously going through pandemic, and the officer were expecting all the international students would have exit out of Australia. Anyway, the cases has actually finalized. Let's have a look what the data was. I think it was April this year, 5th of April. So it's definitely a good news for the client. Ultimately, it was granted for another 4 years of study. What had happened was because his academic achievement was so good, I said, well, why did your previous agent advise you to actually do another diploma courses, and then obviously facing a lot of issue? So what we had advised the client to do is actually, getting a new courses that he actually got scholarship by university in Australia to actually do further research in engineering degree. Well, that was much better options compared to going into another diploma. I'm not too sure what diploma was. We're probably in business or leadership or whatever, those courses just to extend people's visa. But getting another PhD in research degree obviously help this client, this student, to actually get his visa granted in April, and also have a brighter, much brighter future to become a permanent residency by skill migration. So today I'm actually sharing this little bit of story. It's kind of awkward, but I think a lot of people actually has seen and heard this kind of thing, because that is the true intention of this channel, why we wanted to share so many stories and getting all these visa and regulation transparent, because there's just so many people out there being taught and educated somehow by a lot of agents. The intention was to make money rather than having a good for your future. Anyhow, should you have more question and query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.